Well, this is an exciting day because I just got a box in the mail because next weekend is another Webs retreat, virtual retreat. I wasn't gonna do it and I was like, The thing that tipped me over the top was, aside from the classes that I'm gonna get to do, is they send you a swag bag. And I remember the last one was just incredible. So I am gonna open this with you guys. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, we have a Debbie Bliss baby cash merino wool, a Valley Yarns, which is Web's own brand of yarn. Oh, by the way, there's Princess. Say hi, Princess. Montague, which is 100% organic cotton in this really pretty raspberry color. Oh my goodness. Bubble Tea by Haiku, which is a 52% superwash merino, 45% acrylic, 3% nylon, and we have 175 yards. Oh, and it's got this slubby goodness to it. Love it. Okay, and then there's 2 balls of Rowan 4 Seasons, which is 50 grams made with cotton. So it's 82 yards each, so that'd be about 160 something yards. I'll do something special with that. Oh, and I love stuff that comes in little bags. Oh my gracious, what is this? I don't know, but whatever it is, it's little balls of goodness. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Vintage sock yarn. They're like little samples, like little cool things. And they came in a cute little bag. I'm all about the bags. My grandkids call me the bag lady. And here's a from Taki Yarns Tandem, made in Italy. 107 yards of, I don't know what it is. Oh, here we go. Cotton, nylon, viscose, and acrylic. And it's pretty, wow. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but oh boy, I tell you. Alrighty. This is awesome. It's, is it 1 or is it 2 project that I don't know what this is. What the heck? I'm not sure. It's 2 of these sewn together. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Is there something inside of it? Oh, and there's goodies inside. One of those little things to make little I-cord thingies, and some needles and project keepers and a cable needle. Okay, and then there's, I have absolutely no idea what this is. 24 pieces of red something or another, something yarns. I have no idea what this is. Little plastic red pieces. I'll have to investigate on that later. And then, Cascade Yarns. And it comes in its own bag. And what do we have inside there? More yarn from Cascade Yarns. Oh, look at this. Heritage 6 Superwash Merino, 25% nylon. In this gorgeous green color. Soft. And then Cascade Yarn Sarasota Worsted. I never know whether to pronounce that R or not. In this luscious little turquoise color. Cotton and acrylic. You can tell it's summer is on its way because we're talking mostly cotton yarns here, which I absolutely adore. Okay, and then let's see if there's any more in here. Don't want to miss anything. Nope. Okay, here is a from Lana Grossa. It is an empty bag, like an empty gift bag. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that, but That's okay. All right, and then, of course, we have catalogs, Barocco catalog, and Brown Sheet Company catalog. Oh, here we go. And here's pattern for a really pretty, looks like a cotton cowl. Pretty, which I'm sure I can make out of one of those things. All right, and there's still more. And of course, have to have the obligatory Webb's notebook and pen. And, oh, more patterns. Oh, no, sorry, wait. Yep, patterns. We have a dishcloth and a chart for something. I don't know what it's for, but I'll figure that one out as well. All right. I think that might just be it. It is, but it's more than enough. Oh, I just gotta try and figure out what the heck these little red things are. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to open this up because it's driving me crazy, these little red plastic pieces. It's 24 pieces. Okay, if any of you people have a clue what these might be, they're little round plastic thingies. There's hard plastic little, there's 24 of them. I have absolutely no clue what those are, but that's okay. So if any of you do know, please comment and let me know. Okay. All right. Well, this was a great day. And so I'll include this in my next video, which I'll be doing with a yarn giveaway. Okay, so next weekend, another Webb's retreat. Yahoo! Well, that was fun. And this is the actual weekend of the Webb's retreat. This morning, they had an hour's worth of yoga to do all the wonderful stretches and everything. You know, as knitters, we sit, or I sit, sometimes for hours, days, weeks, months, years, you know, and with the repetitive movements and sitting or, you know, looking down, our muscles get really tight. And particularly as we get older, the pain sets in, you know, so you can get repetitive injuries. So doing yoga is a wonderful way to stretch those muscles, relax those muscles, prevent injuries. I know I didn't realize that, you know, if I'm sitting for hours, I need to stop, put it down, do some stretches, you know, do something, and so that those muscles don't tighten up. And that, I mean, it would be really bad to become disabled because of knitting. Okay, let's move on. Welcome, or welcome back to those of you who've been following me. I really, truly appreciate your support, your love and support, both here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. My Instagram is at JSRN1398. I'll put it on the screen somewhere and in the notes. And Ravelry at Nurse Sandy 77 is my Ravelry page. I've got some free designs there, some hat patterns which are free for downloading. And I also show most of my projects, particularly the test knits that I do. So let's move along. It's been a while. I know it's been a while. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that I've been kind of back and forth to the Connecticut shore, visiting family. You know, I never realized, I was born and raised in New York on Long Island, so I was used to the ocean, and I never realized how much a part of my soul the ocean really is and what it does for me. And not being close to it for years and years and years, you know, we'd go on vacation and things like that. But as far as, you know, it's just not around the corner anymore. But now going down there and, you know, every morning or evening going down there and watching the sunrise or the sunset, or just feel the breeze on my face, the smell of the salt water, it just does something to my soul. The expanse of nature, the expanse of God's world and beauty. And I realize how little I am, but how vast, you know, this world is, and the beauty that's in it. Okay, let's get on to some knitting. Okay, so what am I wearing? Okay, this is exciting because it's been a while coming since I've been able to actually show you. The finished pictures have been on, excuse me, on Instagram, but the pattern has just been released. But it was a test knit that I did for Kirsten Joel from Kirsten Joel Designs. This is the second test knit I did for her. The first one was the Mariel cardigan that I wore. And this one is, let me see if I can do this without tipping things over. It's called the Mariel. And it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful scalloped hem, lace pattern with the lace details on the sleeves. But it's just, and it's done in DeRarum Nature, if I pronounce that correctly, Robinson yarn, which is a wool, 70% wool, 20% cotton. So it's light and airy and yet warm at the same time. Because where I am right now, it's freezing cold. I know a lot of you are having hot temperatures. Right now, this morning, it was in the 30s. And my poor husband, he knows once we hit April, the heat goes off. So we sleep in sweaters, hats, under lots of blankets. And then eventually it warms up throughout the day. But at the moment, it's still a little chilly. So I am wearing my beautiful, and this is called Mariel, Mariel. I'll put the information in the show notes. Beautiful pattern, easy to knit, easy to memorize the lace pattern. Oops, excuse me. And then because it was so cold, I'm also wearing this cowl that I made years ago. It's James Brett. It's a marl chunky yarn, which is really, really, it's beautiful. You know, it's an acrylic, so I can wear it next to my neck because I can't do wool next to my neck. And it's just, all I did was I just cast on a bunch of stitches, knit, twisted it, made an infinity cowl. Super simple, but I pulled it out and it's like, lo and behold, look, it really goes really well with this sweater. Anyway, it's starting to get a little warmer, so I'm going to take it off. And then you can actually see the beautiful neckline of the Mariel. It's just lovely sweater. So I highly recommend it. If you're afraid of doing lace, don't be, because lace is, it looks so much harder than what it really is. And trust yourself, tons of YouTube videos, and just go for it. Okay, second. So speaking of test knits, because this one I finished last month, excuse me, patiently waiting for the release so that I could show you. But then in the meantime, I did a couple of other test knits, sorry. These were for Ashley Lillis, who is one of my other favorite designers. I've done 2 previous test knits for her, and then this one came out and I'm like, yeah, okay, because I had just finished this one. And this, oops, if I can hold this up in the right way, there we go. Okay, this is the Open Trails. Sorry, I'm not doing it justice. The Open Trails vest, which is the worsted weight version of, she has chunky weight version that she's had out for a while, but this was the worsted weight, and it's like, yeah, why not? And again, super easy pattern, easy to follow, quick knit. I used one of my favorite yarns, which is Lion Brand Jeans. I love this yarn because it's soft. It washes beautifully. It's an acrylic, 100% acrylic, but it doesn't feel like it. It's not plasticky. It's beautiful. And the colors, the jeans are all like jeans. And they have different colors, although it's such a popular yarn, they often sell out on it. This is called stonewash, which basically is like just blue jeans, stonewash blue jeans. And I love it. Oops. It looks fantastic with a white, I'll actually, if I can figure out how to put a picture in. Looks beautiful with like a white collared shirt underneath it. Very stylish. I have to shout out to Leslie Friend. She's the most stylish woman with her knits. You know, she does these reels and she's putting on her, you know, she's just adorable. And I just absolutely love it. I have no style ability whatsoever. My kids will tell you that. It's just never been my thing. But when I wore this the other day with a white shirt and my jeans and everything, my husband said, "You look adorable." And I was like, it's a win. Okay, so I loved this pattern so much, but it's a worsted weight, so it's not something I would wear as a sleeveless summer top because it's just a little too heavy. So I thought, well, let me look through my stash, and I found I had this Barocco Remix, which is a, hold on a second, I have to look at my notes here for what it actually is. It is cotton, nylon, silk, and linen mix. So it's more of a summer weight. And so I had 2 balls of it, and I was like, let me see. So what I did was I made, another one of the Open Trails vests. But I made some modifications. Instead of the, couple of inches of ribbing on the sleeves, I just did like a 1/2 inch, just a little bit. And for the neck, I just bound off and I just did like a single crochet just to make it so it's more of a summer top. And I love it. I haven't used this yarn before, and it's okay, you know, and it's cotton, and we'll see. But yeah, I like that. But the pattern, Ashley Lillis, Open Trails vest. The pattern is it's either out right now or it's coming out very, very shortly. Get yourself a copy of it. It's a great pattern. Great, great, great. Oops. Okay. And, egads. Oh, here we go. Sorry, a little disorganized this morning. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 finished objects. And then this one, which I finished a couple of days ago, you may have seen, also on Instagram. It's a little baby cardigan, okay? And again, it's in another one of my favorite yarns, which is Plymouth Yarns Encore Tweed. It's a worsted weight. It's 75% acrylic, 22% wool, 3% rayon. So I've used it for my bed socks, which I've shown you before. But there's something about tweeds. I don't know what it is. You know, if you throw a brand new white towel in the washer and dryer with some black shirts or whatever, and then you throw them in the dryer, and the white shirt comes out with all the little white speckles on it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've ruined it, right? Well, that's what tweed looks like when you're, and I'm like, well, why do I like it in something like that, but not on my shirts? Anyway, so I do love this yarn, and I decided we have a new baby coming, and not me personally, I mean, you know. So I just threw this together, you know, it's just a simple drop shoulder cardi, nothing spectacular, except that, I don't know, it's cute. And I still have to get some buttons for it. And I asked this on Instagram, and if you want, please throw in comments. I would love to hear what you think. Should I put pockets on this? 1 pocket, 2 pockets, no pocket, blue pockets, purple pockets, blue pocket with purple trim, purple pocket with blue trim, please weigh in on it. Let me know what you think. Baby's not due for a while, so I still have some time. And I suspect I'll probably make a matching hat. Okay, so that, I believe, are all the finished objects. And let's get on to work in progress. Okay, oops. All right, I'm frugal. I'm not cheap. I'll spend money, quality money for quality products, but I like to go for bargains if I can. And so if I can find a less expensive way to do something or to have something or whatever, I'll do it. So I've seen those beautiful ceramic or wooden hand-carved yarn bowls where you put your yarn in and you knit from that. They're lovely. They're lovely works of art. Not for me. I'm not about to spend $30, $40, $50, $75 on a beautiful piece of art to put some yarn in. Okay? So, let's not laugh. All right, at the dollar store, they have these wonderful little wire trash baskets for $1. That's where my yarn is. It just keeps it nice and tidy, and I can move it from place to place. It works for me. So, frugal, not cheap. Okay, anyway, this work in progress is a design that, now I've made, my hat design patterns, like I said, which are free to download. But, and I've made sweaters myself and other things for myself, made up patterns, whatever. But this one has been floating in my head for months because of the yarn. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to make the sweater for myself. And I possibly, with some encouragement from all of you, actually write it up into an actual pattern for more than me, which is a whole different rabbit hole that I don't know if I want to go down, if I have the ability to go down. I've been encouraged, particularly by the designers that I follow, to give it a try, give it a shot. And I have my tech editor that I've used, Hannah, before, and she's waiting in the wings if I so decide to go down this rabbit hole. Anyway, let's talk about it. It's going to be a cardigan. It's going to be called the Ice Cream Social. It's going to be super simple pattern. Basically seamless except for the shoulders. And that's it. Because what I'm doing is, it's kind of big. You can't really see it all. Okay, there you go. It's just cast on the stitches, do the ribbing, okay, separate for the shoulders. Separate for the sleeves, do front, back, seam, pick up the stitches, and knit a sleeve. The reason that this has been floating in my head and the whole ice cream business is because of the colors. Again, this yarn that I am so addicted to. Sorry, my power just went out. And it just came back on, so I don't know if we're still filming or not. Fingers crossed we are. Okay. Anyway, again, this Encore, Plymouth Yarns Encore Tweed. Just something about it, aside from the fact that how it feels and washes and wears, the color selections, just love them. Well, anyway, so the oatmeal color, all right, was the very first color that I ever bought. I made socks out of it, hats out of it, and I just love the color. It's just, oatmeal, and it's tweedy. And then they have this pink, and they have this, there we go. No, it's not too easy to see. Green, there we go. So they just remind me of ice cream colors. This reminds me of pistachio ice cream with little nuts in it. The pink is like a cherry chip or a cherry Garcia. And the oatmeal color looks like rum raisin ice cream to me. Okay, so this is going to be a color block cardigan with these 3 colors. And how it's going to turn out, I have no idea. but I had shared on Instagram, and and I asked, have you ever had an idea about knitting a specific sweater out of a specific type of yarn, and you think, oh, I know how it's going to turn out. It's going to be gorgeous. And you have the vision in your head, and you spend the money, you buy the yarn, you get the pattern, you knit it all up, and you put it on, and you hate it. It's like, been there, done that. Okay? So how's this going to turn out? I have absolutely no idea. If I love it and I decide to go down that rabbit hole of making this into a pattern, we'll see. We'll see. We will see. I'm not making any promises, and I'm trying not to have expectations, because I truly, truly in my head know exactly how I want this to look. And if it turns out okay, great. If not, ripping it out and doing something else with it is going to be a heartbreak, but that's okay. I can handle it. I'm a big girl. Okay, now let me see if I've missed anything. Oh, the giveaway. Okay, all right, the giveaway for, where is it? Here it is. This beautiful, beautiful skein of Brooklyn Tweed Quarry yarn, which is a chunky weight, woolen spun, so it's light as air, is what I made the willow cardigan for Kirsten Joel out of. And I'll put that picture in there here too, if I can figure that out. And I had a skein left over, and it's a pricey yarn. So it's like, okay, I could make something else with it, but I'm like, nope. I want to be able to give this to somebody else, because I'd never used this yarn before, and I love it. You know, I hated it when I first got it. When I was working with it, I'm like, eh. But then once the project was done, I loved it. And now it's one of my favorite sweaters. So this beautiful skein, along with a couple of other maybe little goodies, is going to, and I use the random number generator, to Diane Beavers. Diane, you've been following me all along, telling me what you want to knit, and it's for you. And if you can contact me, send me a direct message, give me your address so I can send you out this lusciousness, as well as, like I said, maybe a couple of other little goodies. You're it. Tag, you're it. Congratulations. All right, let me think. Am I done? I might be done. Yeah, I guess I am. So if you just enjoy coming and sitting, listening to me rant and rave, please like, subscribe, share, because this channel is a blessing to me. It gives me a place to share my heart, share my love of knitting, of life, of just the joy of participating in life on life's terms, no matter how messy it can get. And it just makes me feel connected. And being connected to all of you guys is just a gift. So if you would like to, I'm going to keep doing this whether you like it or not, for as long as I can. So if you like that, please like, subscribe, and share with some other knitters, just in case they might like to get involved in the craziness too. With that, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll be back.